wrestling fans, thanks for clicking on the dreaded D-Rose Report. Hall of Famer Jim Ross has posted a new batch of answers to fan questions on his website at jrsbarbecue.com. Ross addresses the rumor about going around that the radio personality Howard Stern is going to be hosting an upcoming episode of Raw. Ross wrote, Howard would likely do a hell of a job hosting Raw if he were the one to do it. Stern obviously is a huge star who has his own vehicle to promote as guest shot. Thank you. Love Coke. MTV website has posted a review of Monday's WWE Raw, which guest hosted Flavor Flav, and an unadvertised appearance of the singer Meatloaf, who has a new album out today. That's why he showed up. Probably had a meal in the back too. Sadly, it said Meat and Flav never had any sort of overlapping segments, which would have been a delightfully strange television scene. Anyway, you can visit MTV if you want to see the whole recap of it. Brett DiBiase is undergoing surgery on his knee next Tuesday, and the Raw crew was told to stay out of their hotel rooms. On the recent Mexico tour, there was a lot of people getting kidnapped around there, and you sure wouldn't want them to run off with Mark Henry. Look for WWE to mention Twitter more often on their TV from now on out. I guess WWE has a lot of plans for Twitter and want all of its main eventers to be on it. They call all the time the advertising bastards. Anyway, a decision to put Vicky Guerrero in on Raw last night was made to, this past Thursday, I guess. It was supposed to be a one-week deal, but WWE were pleased with the heat she received, and the talk is now that she may be brought back full-time for the role. Jim Ross on his Twitter account last night mentioned that Bret Hart's daughter, Alexandra Sabina Hart, gave birth to a baby girl named Carrera Beans Hart. Oh, must be Canadian stuff, I guess. Anyway, the baby's middle name comes from Alexander's nickname, Beans. Hate to ask why. WWE's new storyline with Ted DiBiase has been receiving large trust fund from his dad at the $1 Million Man. I guess he must have turned of age and now he's got his trust fund. Storyline goes that Ted was to receive the trust fund either after his 30th birthday or his first WrestleMania match, whichever happens first. That's funny. Anyway, Ted is using the money to pay off WWE superstars, as seen on Raw last night with the Colognes attacking R-Truth. Back to the old days of storylines like buying people out. Too bad Andre's not still around. He probably could use the money. After last night's Raw, Batista got on the mic and made a no DQ match between himself and John Cena for the WWE title. They went back and forth until Sheamus hit the ring and laid out Batista with a kick to the head. Sheamus then went for Cena but was kicked out of the ring. Cena then hit Batista with the attitude adjustment to win the match. You know, I could have swore I told you that match last week. Anyway, an update on the sexual harassment story from earlier. It appears that WWE has fired Executive Vice President and General Counsel Jared Barty after his bio was removed from WWE corporate website. Barty's bio was listed on the site yesterday when the story broke, but was removed sometime late last night. Arvin Mushnick says that his source confirmed that WWE has fired Barty. Anyway, Barty was rehired in 2008 by WWE after previously working for the company as VP of Business and Legal Affairs. Boy, doesn't that come back and bite. He's trying for an illegal affair, it sounds like. Barty and his wife has one daughter. Mark Henry versus Sheamus, Chris Jericho versus John Morrison, John Cena versus Edge, and The Miz versus R-Truth. And Ted DiBiase is on the books for an upcoming Raw events going on, so I guess that's kind of the angles they're going for. WWE will take tonight's NXT And this week's SmackDown from the HSBC Center, Buffalo, New York. First time rookie elimination will happen. It was going to take place on NXT. On SmackDown, by the way, Christian is going to be facing off against Kofi Kingston to crown the new IC champion, and Undertaker is scheduled to make an appearance. Locally, Big Show versus Jack Swagger has been advertised for the dark main event. Raw guest host Flavor Flav was outside the Mellon Center in Pittsburgh this evening around 6 p.m. greeting fans and posing for photos, hoping that somebody came around and wanted a photo with him. The dark match before Raw's main events was Dos Carreras defeated a local wrestler named Matt Justice. Carreras cut a heel promo in Spanish before the match, saying that he was here to conquer WWE, and told the fans in English if they want to know what he said, they need to learn Spanish. Well, don't you forget that either. I don't care what he said. It was announced on Raw that Vicky Guerrero is the new general manager of the brand. It was also noted that celebrity guest hosts will no longer have power when they are on the show, except to plug their own deal. And it looks like Vicky Guerrero may no longer be general manager of Raw already. She yelled that she resigned at the end of Raw last night. Michael Cole, Jerry Lawler talked like Vicky won't be the general manager anymore, so boy. Anyway, in addition to Bret Hart versus The Miz for for the WWE United States Championship title next week on commercial-free Raw, WWE Champion John Cena is going to be taking on Sheamus in singles action. And below here's an updated card on Over the Limit pay-per-view after last night's Raw. I Quit match, John Cena and taking on Batista for an I Quit match. Wonder how that's going to end. World Heavyweight Champion match, Big Show versus Jack Swagger, Unified Tag Title champs, Chris Jericho and The Miz taking on Hart Dynasty. Then we got the Pledge versus Hair, which is Rey Mysterio and CM Punk. Matches taped for next week's Superstars before tonight's Raw saw Vladimir Kozlov take on a local wrestler named Ryan Mitchell, and Team Maurice and Jillian Hall took on the Bella Twins, which I would love to do that myself. What have I got? 7. Actor-singer Meatloaf, he surprised the Raw brand last night to play his new CD coming out tomorrow. Meatloaf ended up taking an RKO from Randy Orton. Astronaut Buzz Aldridge is going to be making an appearance. A tape promo to plug his guest host spot, I guess. Bret Hart versus The Miz for the U.S. title is taking place, like I say, in commercial free. I just told you that, didn't I? Cody Rhodes is going to be appearing at Northgate Ford in Cincinnati, Ohio, Saturday, May 22nd, 4 to 6 p.m. WWE Unified title the champs, Hart Dynasty, is going to be at the WWE Developmental Show Wednesday, 6:30, June 16th. If you're down around Florida, go check them out. As noted before, WWE has contacted Michael Jordan's representative about hosting an upcoming episode of Raw. Last week's Jordan's people still hadn't got back with WWE, and it's worth noting a June 14th episode of Raw is going to be taking place at the Time Warner Cable Arena in Charlotte, North Carolina, where Jordan's Charlotte Bobcats play. Well, R-Truth will be appearing at Best Buy in Detroit, Michigan on Saturday 22nd from 6 to 8 o'clock. Triple H's interview this weekend by Newsday Kids Days section said that the one person he would want to wrestle again if he could do it would be Shawn Michaels. Triple H also said his wrestling idol is Ric Flair. What do I got? 1 minute? What the hell have I got here for a minute? Within WWE, there was too much talk around about, not too much talk around, about Mark Henry's recent arrest in Europe after a fan's incident, and said that Henry has no heat on him at all, except for that extra fat he's got. The feeling is that Henry is a mild-mannered guy, and the fan just did something wrong to provoke him. You probably poked the big monster. You can't do that. Not with him, or anybody. Hey, I better get over here right now. I gotta go.